We have with us the hero of round 3, Soundarya Pradhan, who won his game against a 21-40. Yes, what was
Yeah,
his
I think
rating?
so. 2140. I think so.
21-40 on board 2 against Spain. Soundarya, how was the game, and can you take us through it?
Actually, it was quite an interesting game. Right from the opening, I got a winning advantage, and the funny thing is that I did not know much about this opening old Benoni because um, I have not faced this opening many times in life. I think very few times I faced that too many years ago because nowadays many players play Kings Indian or Nimzo Indian, but I had not faced it for quite a long time. So I had not prepared it so much, and also I have not studied much about this opening
So
because
let's see how you
yeah,
handled it actually, because you have no experience yet. I think you played interesting chess.
yeah, it
You're
was
white.
yeah. I played d4, and I, I had seen his games. He mostly played d4, d5, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop e7. This line. Otherwise, he played knight f6 and yeah, knight c3, knight f6, and somehow it was normal. Queens can be declined, but he played knight f6, c4, c5. I played d5, and he played e5.
Hmm. So you have no idea of what to do here as white.
Yeah,
So what did you decide then? How will you counter this?
yeah. Actually, quite long ago, when I just um, that time I was playing Kings Indian from black, but I was transposing to this opening from black side, and I play without any knowledge because it was quite simple to play. Like generally, not so much tactics comes. I mean, at least not against me.
Hmm.
Maybe that time I was a beginner. That's why. So I played knight c3. What I thought is that I didn't want to play e4 in this line because I thought that if I play g3 and if I put bishop g2 or bishop h3, if I play queen c2, then if I don't have a pawn on e4, then I feel like I have a lot of space. My
Mm.
pieces can move around freely. So my opponent played d6 here, just like I was playing from black. Now I played g3, and actually I don't remember playing this opening from black. So here in g3, my idea was to play bishop h3, but
So you
of course not immediately because maybe bishop h3, knight h3, queen d7, etc.
so you
I don't
you're
know.
saying that because all your pawns are on light squares and all his pawns are on dark squares,
Yeah,
exchanging the light
yeah,
squared bishop
exactly.
is good for you.
Good for me. And if my opponent does not exchange, then I still somehow feel that although my bishop and his bishop are in the same diagonal, I have a feeling that my bishop is stronger.
Okay. So what did your opponent play now?
He played h5.
Do you think this is a good move or it's an error?
As I don't have opening experience in this, I can't say it is error, but I really don't think it's a good move or something.
Mm.
Um, because I think I wanted to play h4 and then bishop h3 so that I can safely capture with the knight if he captures, and then queen d7, etc. does not cause any problem. But when he played h5, the idea is to play h4 and weaken my king side. So now h4 comes quite naturally, and I don't even lose any tempo or something. And now I control the g5 square, and I think so h5 kind of helped me do what I wanted to do, to play
Okay.
h4.
So how did he play now?
Now he
G6.
played g6.
Okay.
No, he played bishop e7,
Mm-hmm.
and now I played bishop h3.
Okay. So perhaps knight bd7. Now he didn't want to exchange, right?
No, he didn't want to exchange. He played knight bd7, and I thought about bishop into d7 for a while, but then I thought that okay, it's a closed position. Knight might be important, but then still, the the light square bishop is quite good. I mean,
It will become
black's
important later.
black's bishop can become very important if I don't exchange, if I keep it, if I play bishop d7 and allow the c8 bishop to stay. I think it can cause problems, like maybe he can play bishop f5 to provoke e4, then bishop g4, and I'm getting a lot of weakness. So I played queen c2. And now I was thinking about knight b6 from black, but then I think bishop c8, queen c8, then b3, and I can develop normally with moves like knight f3, knight h3, things like that. So I think I have a good position now. So black played g6.
Okay.
And now I played knight f3. I have already sensed that the e6 square is weak. In fact, even when you played g6, I thought about bishop e6. Of course, it's not working. I mean, just thought about it because f into e6 is a mistake. F v6, queen g6, king f8, and d e6, and actually I'm winning.
But it's winning, yeah.
Yeah, but you can play knight f8 and simply I don't have anything. I'm just losing one tempo.
Right.
But
such moves, such ideas actually make you aware
Yeah.
that this square is a weakness.
yeah, when I thought about bishop e6, then I felt like okay, it will come in the future somehow. And I played knight f3, and now the funny thing is that like if black castles, I can play knight g5, and still bishop e6 idea is there because like then the f7 pawn is pinned, queen g6 threat, so many things are there, and he played king f8.
He wants to put his king on
King
g7.
on g7. So I realized that he wants to put his king on g7.
So you went ahead, yeah?
Yeah, I went ahead, knight g5, king g7, and now I played bishop e6.
Wow. This was the finishing stroke, yeah?
Yeah, it made me quite happy actually.
So the point which you had seen that e6 square was weak is now completely has come to, it has really worked out in the game.
Yeah,
And there's no way that black can defend f7.
I had some calculations here, like
Okay.
um,
First obvious move, yeah, rook f8, I think.
yeah, rook f8 seems obvious. Then I can play bishop into f7, and I'm threatening queen g6, I'm threatening knight e6.
So that's over.
Yeah, that's over. And then maybe if he just moves his queen is in advance, like queen c7 or something, I can play knight into f7. Then rook h7 is very passive. If he moves rook g8 or something, I can play queen d2, and queen h6 is threatened.
Right.
So then I thought about maybe queen e8 seemed to me like one option.
Okay, bishop f7 is just over, yeah?
Yeah, I'm sorry, not queen e8, knight f8, knight f8, and after knight into f7.
That happened in the game, right?
Knight f8 actually happened, but what I had calculated is knight into f7, queen e8. He will just give up one exchange. That's what I thought. But he gave the queen after knight into e6, and he got two pieces. So what I thought is knight f8, knight into f7, and then he can play queen e8, knight into h8, bishop into e6, d into e6, knight into e6, queen into g6, queen into g6, knight into g6, king into g6, and now I assess the position.
You have to make the moves. I think it's very difficult for everyone to understand. So knight f8,
knight f8,
knight f7. Here he played in the game knight into e6.
Yeah,
yes?
he played knight into e6, knight into d8, knight into d8, and then it took a lot of time for me to win, but actually it's already winning. So if, let's say queen e8, I would play knight into h8, then he can play bishop into e6, I can play d into e6 with the idea of knight f7, so he has to capture king into actually, yeah, this one is fine because the d5 square is for me. The position is quite winning. So there is knight into e6. how was the position? Bishop was in e6.
Yeah.
Knight into e6, d into e6. Now bishop into e6, queen g6, queen g6, knight g6, king g6.
Yeah, you are exchange up and you have couple of pawns, or at least one pawn.
Yeah, and maybe I can even play e4, knight d5, bishop g5.
Okay. So Soundarya, this was a very quick win for you.
Yeah.
It took some time, but the win was always there.
Yeah.
So one question we want to ask before we end this video is, you cannot see anything. You are 100% visually challenged.
Yeah.
How do you work on your tactics, and how have you developed this tactical feel? Because many people who can see the board are also not able to spot such tactics.
Until last year I was very weak at tactics, but nowadays I have some friends who help me online, and my father helps me read out the books, and also uh, I I can mm, I can read some PGN format files,
Mm-hmm.
so I solve puzzles, and also from freechess.org, that's a website, and it is accessible for the blind.
Okay.
It's for everyone, but it's accessible for the blind. So from freechess.org I sometimes solve puzzles, and yeah, but I still feel that my tactics, okay, it has recently improved, but I'm still not satisfied with it, because okay, maybe recently I'm doing well, but at least 2-3 months ago I was doing very bad. Like I was making blunders. Even yesterday, no, day before yesterday, I missed knight d5 in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still making a few mistakes, but yeah, I have improved. So for the blind people, to be honest, we do have challenges in tactics, but about positional chess, it comes out of experience also sometimes. So it's still a challenge in positional chess, but okay, general thinking we do quite well, I think, as you have also pointed out many times in the past, that we generally think well, but concrete thinking we sometimes make mistakes. So yeah, so recently I have got to know how to use softwares like Winboard with our screen readers. So I would suggest blind people to use Winboard and
Free chess.
solve, yeah, freechess.org, and solve puzzles.
Okay, thank you so much, Soundarya, and we wish you good luck for the remaining rounds.
Thank you, sir.